Hey guys, good morning. It is Monday morning, approximately 11:30 Eastern. Thank you, Cha-Cha, for filling in some time. This is the DFS Hangover Show. Draft for Upside. This is Jonny Danger. Had some internet issues at work. The entire internet system down at work, so I scooted home, and Cha-Cha was killing time for me. I appreciate it. Thank you, Cha-Cha. On purpose or not, I don't know, but it worked out great. So I'm here for, 20 minutes or so. We'll see how it goes. Try to get Cha-Cha back on the line. He's talking to Lenny right now, so we'll see what happens. I gave him the number to call. If he calls in, we'll get him rocking, we'll get him rolling, and we'll see how that turns out. Anyways, let's see what's going on. Is it playing? It is playing. Everything looks like it's playing. I don't know who's in the chat room. If anybody can hear me, that would be awesome. Usually I'm talking to Chris, my brother from another mother in Florida, but he is working today. Normally has Mondays off, so you're just going to have to deal with me. So I'll just ramble. We don't care. Oh, wait, let's see. I got the call. Let's click it. See if we can hear him. Mr. Cha-Cha.
Jonathan, what's happening?
Oh, I do. I hear you now. You're here. You're live.
I'm live where?
You are live on the show. We are rolling. We're live. We're on the Legend Sports Network, the DFS Hangover Show by Draft for Upside, hanging out with Jonny Danger and Mr. Cha-Cha himself. How are you, buddy?
What's up? This is. I called you, and this is how it works. I just make a phone call, and I get to talk to Jonathan, the great Jonathan Cole, just like that.
That's how it works, buddy. That's how it works. This is our studio line. We fancy over here at Draft for Upside. We have a studio line.
Oh, excuse me. I'm trying over here. I'm like going crazy trying to call you on Skype, making you my friend and all this other stuff. Meantime, I wasted 6-7 minutes here of your time.
No, it's totally fine.
DFS.
You're great.
So whose time?
It's all good.
It's all good. Let me see if I can turn this up a notch here so I can get you into. Listen, I don't know how much time I got here, but I'm going to do as best I can. I got nothing going on here. What's going on with you today, Jonathan?
Well, Friday night, I had a very good time. I went out and played a game of cards at a mutual friend's house. I got my ass kicked, but I got invited to poker night over at Chris Prince, Beer Makers fan's house.
Chris Prince. Oh, my goodness. Wow. There's a man right there. How's Chris Prince doing?
Chris is living large, as you would think that he was.
I'll be following my post office footsteps. Is he close to retiring or what?
Oh, I don't know. He's got too many damn kids to retire.
Yeah, nah. I guess he didn't win enough of that FanDuel money.
No, not yet.
The other side.
Yeah. Well, his buddy, which I made a mental note to remember his buddy who was sitting across from me at the poker table. But his buddy was there who had been to, he said, 11 live finals, including Playboy Mansion and all that jazz, and I already forgot his name.
Wow. Was it, let me think. What's his name? Jesus. What did he look like? Was he,
it was either Scott or Steve was his name. Started with an S.
Steve Young?
It could have been Steve.
Wow. Oh, yeah, anyway, those guys are unbelievable. But I don't know about that, John. I mean, 11 finals.
That's what he said.
Gee. Well, you know what? It'd be funny to find out how much cash over those guys are playing on a regular basis, because that's pretty fantastic.
It's probably more than my $3 a day.
I would think it's a little bit more than what me and you both play every day. I would think so. Yeah, what's the if you don't mind me, you don't have to answer this. But,
no, it's fine.
I'll ask you. What was the most money you ever spent in a tournament, any kind of tournament? Do you remember?
Football season opening day 3 years ago. I think I played.
I don't mean total, Jonathan.
No.
I don't mean total.
Oh, just in one entry? One entry.
Yeah, one entry.
I think I've played a single tournament for 225, 250, whatever that single is. But usually I'm playing anywhere between 12 to $50 or $60 a day is all I play. So.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's pretty much my limit too. I think once in a blue moon, especially with football, I think one time accidentally, believe it or not, it was an accident. I won a ticket from like football or baseball to be in a hockey tournament, which I made a mistake because I didn't realize it, but I won. So and that was like a $333 win. And
nice.
Then of course I threw it into the tournament, not cashing or nothing but I was hoping that I had somebody out there like, hey man, like you guys, I wish I had at the time, hey, I need some hockey help or basketball help.
Oh man. You know? Yeah, Mark's got this hockey thing down. He's had the Blues the whole way, and they're looking good.
Yeah, no, they look good. It doesn't matter if they win the Stanley Cup or not, as long as they're putting that money in your old basket. That's all that matters. Right. At the end of the day, you know. But listen, you know how it goes with DFS. There's so many bumps in the road. You know, you just hope you get one shot. Like if you hit one good shot that you early in like the baseball season, so you got money to play with for the rest of the year. That's a kind of a nice. I think I love that when I hit like for a couple $100. I'm like, oh good, I'm good for a while. You know,
oh absolutely.
I don't get crazy no more. I don't play like I won't win 200 and play 200. I don't know how you go, but.
Well, I try not to, and then I get on the air with these guys on Wednesdays, and these monkeys get me tripled down. They get me excited.
I get you. I stay away from. I don't talk to too many DFS people anymore. Back in the day when I was really playing more, I'd say on more sites, I was more talking to more people that were in it, and then I guess stupidly, I played in too many tournaments, and you know I could win on FanDuel. You know, I win $50 on FanDuel, but I'm losing $75 on DraftKings. You know, then I'm losing $25 on Draft Street, or you know whatever else was out there at the time. You know, I don't know about you, but I played on a lot of sites. Yourself?
Yeah, this year I've kept mostly the DraftKings because we got a little bit of sponsorship money at the beginning of football season that we did the biggest deposit bonus we could, which was DraftKings, and we've been pretty much just kind of playing on that for the year for the show. But yeah, I like draft a lot. I love doing those best ball tournaments. I just love them. Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah. I get a kick out of that too. I mean, I think. Myself, you know, not to be lazy because I'm in 6 leagues still. It's not like I used to be in many more, like season long. To go with going with daily, it just takes up too much of my time to be in like 10 to 15 season long leagues and then try to keep up with daily and be profitable at the same time. It's just too much. It's like an overload for me, you know. And I found it to be the less season long leagues I play in, I think the better I've done in DFS because I just have more time to spend on DFS and keep up with my teams.
Absolutely. You know, I also try to limit my DFS to just a couple days a week. I got 3 kids and a full-time job and 2 radio shows to put on. So I'll play. I play a lot when I talk to Chris in the morning. So usually Mondays I'm playing almost my whole bankroll because I get on the phone with him for an hour or two, and he's got so much research data I just can't help but not play. And then Wednesday nights, Adam, our PGA guy, he just gets so in depth into these PGA tournaments that I just get all fired up. And this week I put in about $60 into golf and won about 57 back. So
no, that's it. No, yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I would do the same thing. You got to, you pick some people's brains. Let's face it. The guy knows if he's doing research for golf. I don't know golf, but I've done the same thing when they first came out with the golf shows, and I was getting all these free tickets to play in these golf tournaments. I'm not a golf player. I never played golf, but I pick in the brains of people that are talking about it.
Oh, absolutely.
And I would put lineups in, and get free. I'm getting free picks. And
you get bored Wednesday night, and he'll have you putting like 7 lineups in.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Because he likes so well. I mean, there's 120 guys in the field, so you get all excited, and you like about 10 or 12 of them, and you end up having to put them all together in different ways, and hoping for the best. But I like golf a lot. That 4-day sweat, if you're up in the lead, if you're in the money area, that 4-day sweat's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, man. I was in a couple of the tournaments. Like I said, I don't really know. I don't. I was all with other people's research. Totally with the golf. But I think one tournament that I was in, I won $100 once. And it was all on the research that I took from these people, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. Even in basketball, I've done better sometimes. I do better in basketball and hockey with the research. I don't do as much research. I'm killing myself with baseball and football, and I win more money with the sports that I'm not as knowledgeable in. I don't know why, but that's been the way my thing. I've won, even like at FanDuel, on hockey, I've done much better over a course of a year than I've done with baseball, where I'm knocking my brains out with baseball.
Oh, absolutely. It's overthinking. That's why. When other people are doing the research and giving you highlights, you can just slap some guys together. You don't have your own biases put in there. When you're spending all day researching baseball and football, you get overcomplicated sometimes.
Yeah, I think I used to try to put like one lineup in. I think that's why I get a kick out of like DraftKings and some of the places where you can play for $1, and I'll play $10 in one of them 10,000 people tournaments, but at least I got 10 lineups of 10 different, because some days it's just like I like so many players that it's hard for me not to put them in.
Yeah, you like everybody. Got to get them in there.
Aren't there days like that you're like, oh, there's 6 pitchers that you want to have. And,
absolutely.
From 2 out of the 6.
Yeah. Then you end up with 12 lineups because you got to mix every combination of them then.
Yeah, it's almost like a little bit like when I used to play the numbers. Me and my friends, we used to play. It's crazy. I mean, back in the day when I was working, supposedly, we used to have a tournament at the job. We used to put 150 combinations of numbers into we call it the store that the lotto store, and we as a team. Like you guys, we'd just go we'd be like 7 of us, 10 of us sometimes, with all our money pooled together, and whatever won. I mean, a couple of times we won, $5,000.
Sure.
Or for numbers, and every day was something different. You pick 3 numbers. That's basically what you had to do. It was crazy. I mean, more times than not, of course, we lost. But that one hit, when we hit like 325 straight, and we won $5,000. It was like, holy shit! It could happen.
Oh, absolutely.
Sometimes the same thing with this. I mean, you look at the lineups that win sometimes on DFS, and you shake your head. And you go, why the hell did that person take that third baseman? You're like, why? But more times out of 10, you look at it, you go like, he took Rafael Devers against, the best lefty.
Yep. Sometimes the numbers play out that way.
It's totally contrarian.
Right. But you need that guy to take a big one down. You got to have somebody that nobody's on. And if that's going to drive a guy like Devers, who has, possibility to really blow up any day, and you get him in a good spot at like 3% owned, that's great.
Is that what you try to do? Absolutely. I try to do that too. Yeah, because I sit down sometimes, write guys' names down, and I'm go, nobody wants this guy tonight. Nobody wants it. I'm looking at the nobody wants list.
Yep. And
I'm going, he's not going to be, but, like Devers, he's got the power. He can go off. He's batting third or second or, even he's top 5 in the lineup.
Oh, absolutely.
He's the kind of guy, he's going to go off for you that night. It could go off for you.
Sure. And this is what my partner Chris always says, is he says, well, okay, Scherzer's throwing and you don't necessarily want, a guy like Altuve out there. You're like, what is he going to do? Scherzer's going to knock him out. But here's the deal. Altuve hits 2 doubles and steals a base and is the only, and Scherzer only gives up those 2 hits over 8 innings. Scherzer still dominated, but you still got all the points that were scored. So, there's some truth to it. It's okay.
There's the only times I pick a guy, I pick a guy like